according to reports, these are all according to reports because they're not official.
Yeah.
So don't hold us to any of these. And also, I've reported none of this
Who's
stuff.
the
I'm
next
just
one?
Reading other reports. Tony Pollard.
Yeah, okay.
The Titans.
Right.
3-year deal, 24. I think $24 million is the same number that's being thrown out there for him. So 2 running backs off the board. Tony Pollard, apparently going to be the heir apparent to Derrick Henry in Tennessee.
Yeah, well, they had a different offensive approach there in Tennessee now, right? It's no longer Mike Vrabel, Arthur Smith, right? That old style of, like, we want to play smash mouth and control the line of scrimmage and eat up the clock, right? And play defense. And then we'll tactically take a shot down the field to Ryan Tannehill or Will Levis every now and then, right? That's not what they're doing there anymore. They've changed. This is again, you got to think about Bengals football, right? And with Bengals football, yeah, we know they're going to run the football, but the offense is going to be based around the passing game, right? And that's what we're going to get from Brian Callahan. It's going to be, he told me to my face at the combine, it's going to be Bengal-ish, right, with my own spin on things. But Bengal-ish is West Coast offense, right? That's what it is. That's why sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish you guys would motion and do things more. And as the year goes on, they always do it. But I think with the way they're going to play, relying on intermediate to short passing game, right? Like we saw Joe Burrow and company do, and then the occasional, wait, we're dicing you up with the short to intermediate passing game. Now we take a shot down the field. That short to intermediate passing game, that's Tony Pollard's going to come in real handy there. He's phenomenal, right? I'm not going to say he's Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield catching the football, but he's close to it as far as running routes. He is a running back with some high-end receiver skills, right, to where it's either out of the backfield, you line him up in the slot in an empty set, right? He can do all of that type of stuff, let alone for his size, he can run between the tackles and break tackles and move the pile a little bit. I like that signing for the Titans in a big way.
But last year for Tony Pollard was supposed to be the year.
I know.
He definitely took off. It's like his job, finally Zeke is gone. It's like you're the guy.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for whatever reason.
Well, the biggest reason, right, is let's not forget, he played in the divisional playoff game before the year started last year, and he broke his fibula.
Sure.
Right? So I don't think he
start the year was
really
healthy.
got to hit the season, on the ground running full 100%, right? And then within that, he lost his little niche within the offense. They started to go, wait, he's not the same. So let's start to formulate some things for some other people, right? And then all of a sudden you're going, damn, like you said, this was supposed to be my year. I was getting more touches last year when Zeke was on the roster and all that. But I think it took a little while. I don't think we saw really Tony Pollard be himself until, I'm going to say, past the halfway point of the football season, really.
So what does this mean for the other running backs that are out there right now? There's a ton of them. Per Connor Hughes right now saying there are increased rumblings that the Eagles are willing to go north of $12 million annually for Saquon Barkley per sources.
Yeah.
That's higher than the Texans, which is believed to be near $11 million right now.
Shit. So this is what I mean. There's a market right now. You're seeing a little bit of a market that we haven't seen at the running back position the last few years. And then you add onto the market, again, Derrick Henry, I want to make it sure, he's really damn good, right? But he's not the crown jewel of this free agency class. I will say that. The man, Saquon Barkley, Quadzilla, whoever you want to call him, he's the guy here, right? He's a guy, I say to Florio, he's an anytime, anywhere guy. And I say that meaning he can score from at any time, anywhere on the football field. That's special, right? He's the only guy on that list that fits that mold. Derrick Henry's close. He can serve a lot of 40-yard touchdowns. I don't think he can go 80 and 90 to the house like Saquon can anymore. Saquon, to me, especially the injuries in a lot of ways, took a lot of wear and tear off his tires, and the fact that they weren't a very good football team and that they were usually behind for the most part of his career. They had to abandon the run and throw the ball more than maybe they would have liked, right? That also, I think, plays into his hands here as far as being, this is year, 5? Or this is year 5, right? Year 6, right? But it's a relatively young 6. And then I think when you couple that with anybody you talk to about Saquon Barkley, taking care of his body, working out, total professional, I think a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, cream of the crop, we kind of got everything set up. We're just mixing a few luxury vehicles to make our garage look really, really awesome, right? Oh, no, now we got Saquon. Oh, no, you want to double AJ and Devontae Smith? Oh, yeah, okay, have fun. All right, our O-line with Saquon in these holes? Holy shit, Batman. Sorry, Kristen. I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
But I think it means that there is a market for running back, and there's going to be more of a market for Saquon and Derrick Henry than I think we expected.
That's interesting. So Pete notes here, didn't have a rushing touchdown over 7 yards last season, Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
And so is he the same talent he used to be? And that's always the question with any running back, because it seems like it's like when it strikes midnight for Cinderella. That's that story, right? With Cinderella.
Yes, it is. Wow, you're such a movie goer.
You turn into a pumpkin. That might be a different one. But you don't want to be caught holding the bag when these running backs turn 28, it seems like now, or 29. Austin Eckler was supposed to be one of the most reliable running backs in the NFL last year, and that didn't happen for him. And so you do see why some teams will not draft a running back, because you have the situations where you could get a
Isaiah
Saquon
Pacheco
Barkley
in the 7th round.
Those guys later, but I'm saying here you have a handful of guys that you can get on the market where at every position, like if you're looking for a defensive tackle right now, it's like Christian Wilkins for elite. Matabike re-signed, Chris Jones re-signed. It's like teams are not letting them go.
No, you're right. They're not growing on trees to the same capacity as running backs are. Dude, to your point, you're right. They're going to be like, whoa, big dudes that are 315 that can be that freaky athletic. Yeah, they're not coming out in the draft. We don't see them getting like a steal in the 6th round at that position. It's very rare, right? But I will say, all that too, again, hey, the Giants' offensive line still stunk last year. Let's not forget about that. I don't care how long Saquon's longest touchdown was. I saw him go down the field and beat linebackers and safeties in the pass game and run by them, right? I saw enough to know that there is still legitimate explosion. And obviously, because that's why the Eagles and the Houston Texans are right now being rumored as, whoa, they're going to spend a little money here for the position because he's that damn special too. It's kind of hard. He's kind of one of those, you turn on the film and you just go, damn, Saquon is still special. Like, there's not many people in football that can make people miss, restart, stop, do all of that, and be excited. I want him back with the Giants, but I would be excited to see him on a team with a legitimate offensive line that could open up holes with him, like the Eagles or the Houston Texans, right? And that creative run game they got down there based on Shanahan's scheme, where I would love to see that because I think it could be special. But at the same time, sorry, last thing. I know I'm talking a lot. Like, this contract for Saquon, it's going to be the same type of thing. A 3 or 4 year deal, that's really a 2-year deal. And if he does awesome, they'll be all right, guy. We're glad to give you the third year, right? Mm-hmm. But if it's not awesome, it's going to be okay. Well, hey, Ahmed Fareed told me that you can draft running backs in the 5th round, so we're going to go back there next year and not pay you another $12 million in year 3 or whatever that number might be.
And then we'll ask him to be on our podcast, and he'll beat me up with that information. What is it? Coach Magnet says Quadzilla is reserved for A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, so that's right. He is. He is technically right, but Saquon was the first that anybody said anything about quads. And I know Quadzilla was thrown out there with him originally.
Didn't stick.
A.J. Dillon does get Quadzilla, and he's worthy of that. I've seen both of their quads in person. A.J.'s a bigger person in general, but the size of the leg is very comparable. I mean, Saquon's an extremely impressive specimen when you see him in person.
Patrick Ermlich on Instagram Live says, Chris, doesn't Saquon to Philly make you want to vomit as a Giants fan?
It does. It scares me. It scares me, but that's the kind of place that I, can imagine him going, right? And a team where we talk about, here's a team that we just kind of brought up to start it, right? The 49ers, the Chiefs. I should have thrown the Eagles in there, right? They're looking at it going, wait, we're pretty good. We just need one little splash player here, right? Screw value picks and all that. We got this guy, you got a headache on defense. And, that makes me scared for my New York Giants. It makes me want to puke because, yes, I like Saquon and I like him being a Giant, and I don't want him to go to the damn Eagles. Damn it.
This is Pete notes in a rundown that this is not Pete saying this in capital letters. He goes, I welcome our rivals overpaying for an older running back. You can do it, Howie. You can do it. So that is Pete trying to get the Eagles to overspend until he's running for.
We'll see what Pete says when he's running for 80 yards down the sideline against the Giants next year.
Yo, homies, what's up? I know it's the offseason, but it's never the offseason on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Me and Ahmed Fareed are going to be here for it all. We got free agency. We're going to break it all down. The draft, the rankings of positions. Of course, we're going to unpack it all. Hit subscribe, get to my free agency reactions, 2024 draft rankings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.